So today's going to be the part 2 of the rollbar install. I'm going to make the back supports go into the floor. Theoretically, it shouldn't be too easy. Well, we have to go back to my house because I forgot a tool that we need. But yeah, so we're going to go on a drive back to my house. Alright guys, so after we ran back to my house to get the tubing notcher, it's right here. I want to explain to you guys how it works. So you put the drill on this end, then you put your tube in this clamp right here, and you put it like halfway sticking out so it notches the end of it, so it slips. It's almost like this. So say this is the main hoop, the back support bar goes like that, so it fits better. And that's what we needed to grab. It's really important to have these because you need to make it sit as flush with the main hoop as possible. But let's get started. We have to take the interior out first, and that shouldn't take long because it's pretty much just the back carpet, and that's it. Alright, so we took the interior all apart, we took this plastic piece off, and next step is going to be cutting out this as much as possible, probably right here up, just to get enough room so I can see where I can mount it. I know the hard dog roll bars mount like somewhere in here, so that's probably where I'm going to mount it. We got it cut out. There's plenty of room for what we need. Next, I'm going to measure how long I need it. Then I'm just going to notch a piece of tubing and measure multiple times on how long I need it because I cannot screw up on this. I just had a perfect enough amount of tubing. So it's going to be mounted right around here, right around this area, just straight back. So then I need to make mounting plates that are going to correspond right here because that's the only spot I can get out of the car. I don't know if you can see that. That's a spot weld right there. So there's a piece of metal going straight down. So there's really only about a 3-inch zone that we can drill holes at. So I'm going to get started with making the tube that goes down. After a bunch of dicking around, we got the notch super well. I mean, there's a tiny bit of a gap, but it's nothing welds won't fix. Like a 1/16 of a gap. And this fits exactly where I want it to go. It's like right, it's just right into the floor where the hard dog goes. Then I'm going to make a plate that just goes from up, about probably a 4x2 plate or 4x3 plate. And that won't be too hard, it's just a square plate. Straight cuts are pretty easy, but then we're probably going to tack everything in and do the other side. And we'll probably match the other side with this side before we tack it onto the actual main hoop. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's turning out a lot better than I expected. But we made the first one and it turned out really good, so hopefully we can match the first one to the second one, and we're just about to start on the second one right now. I need to cut the tubing to like 28 3/4, make it at least an inch bigger than what you need just in case you screw up. It's easier to cut it shorter than to remake a whole new piece. And if you have plenty of tubing, then it's no big deal just to make it longer. But we're going to do 28 3/4 on this one. and we'll get back to you guys once we're notching it. Alright, so we just cut the piece and we got it up in the notcher. It's at 0 degrees right now. We're probably going to have to trim it down later once we get it in the car, but I'll start with this. So now we're going to be making the backing plates, and these are just the plates to back where the support goes. The support goes right here. There's a plate that is welded to it. Bolts, then the floorboard, then the plate just backing it, and it prevents it from ripping out of the floor. If you just suppose to just washers, you have like it's pretty much just a really big washer for all 3 bolts that we're going to be putting in. So it's going to be a 4x6 piece of metal. It doesn't have to be too perfect because you have a lot of room to be playing with. So now we're going to cut it out with the band. Alright, so now we're drilling the holes. So there's a original body hole in the actual place that we're mounting it. So what we did is we got the top plate where we wanted it and marked the hole. Then we got the bottom plate where we wanted it and marked the hole without the top plate on. Then we put the 2 marked holes together and tacked it. Then we're going to drill 3 holes right here. And that way all 3 of the holes line up because we tacked the 2 plates together. So that's pretty much what we're doing.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Now that the bottom plates are drilled and separated, we are going to be drilling holes in the floor now. I just put the plate where it's supposed to be, then marked the holes, and used a punch to put some divots in it. Alright, so once you guys have the 3 holes drilled, you want to mount your bar up where you want it. We marked lines on it for when we actually made it, so then you want to come back here and look how you did your first one, which is, you should have liked it for you to even tack it on, but I like it. It's the bottom's a little bit to the left, which looks good in my opinion. Then you go over to your second one and you eye it and make sure that the second one is matches the first one. And in our case, it doesn't. We have to move it to the right a little bit. Then you come back over here and eyeball it again. I think that will do it. yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. So now you go and grab your welder and you tack it onto the main hoop, probably 4 or 5 good tacks. Then 4 or 5 good tacks onto your plate. Then when you weld it, you want to have something, weld the bar from here to here. So when you weld it, it doesn't go like this. Because the heat from the welding will make the things bow outward and you won't have the holes line up. So you want to weld something between the 2 bars just to make sure that they don't bow out, and then you're screwed. Or you'd have to grab like a tie down or something and try and suck them back in, but then you have a preloaded rollbar, which isn't good. So we're going to tack this up. We'll probably pull it out, tack like a 2x2 piece of tubing onto it, then fully weld the plates and the main hoop. Alright guys, so after a long, hard day's work, it finally got the back supports in. As you can see, the interior is all back together. It wasn't too hard, just really time consuming. I'm pretty happy with my welds that I did. They look pretty nice, but I still have to do the cross piece, and I'm going to do that another day because we just didn't have time today. But I'm really satisfied with it. It's really sturdy. You probably picked the whole car up with it, so the carpet turned out pretty good. Not the best, but it is what it is. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.